What's up, guys? So a lot of you guys probably seen this article about the EU banning gel polish. What does that mean for us in the United States, and what does that mean for the nail techs in the EU? Now, we all know that the EU does ban a lot of products that have, dyes and chemicals and stuff like that, like food dyes that over here in the United States they don't ban. But now with this new ban on the gel polish, it gets me to wondering because I know a lot of European nail techs use gel products, and of course, there's always the chemicals in the gel polish and the regular polish that is harmful in a sense, but instead we've been doing gel for over a decade now. There really hasn't been like explosive cases of people having either cancer cells or any harm to their health using gel polish. Now, how would they kind of go through this ban? Because when you read through it, you don't really see the specifics. Are they banning all gel polish in general, or are they just banning gel polish with that certain kind of chemical in there, usually formaldehyde? But with that being said, like, are they gonna have a substitute? Or how it's gonna affect the nail techs in the EU when they're gonna be working with products? They're gonna need new equipment, if even. But here in the United States, we're probably not gonna be, affected by that rule and regulations in the EU. But as clients, if I was a client, I see this, I'm gonna be scared. This is one of those things where like we have to talk about, because a lot of times, things get banned, like even like articles about UV light causing cancer, stuff like that. I guarantee you, if you Google cases of UV light causing skin cancer, or the gel lamps causing skin cancer, you're probably gonna get like, not no more cases than people dying from shark attacks or vending machine accidents or vending machine falling on them. I'm not saying that's not something to be afraid of, but in a sense, this is something that's been doing for over a decade. If this was a really big issue, I guarantee more than 50% of women in the United States would develop some sort of side effects from using gel polish with the gel lamps. But as someone in the industry for a long time, we go through this all the time. You always see articles, you always see studies, and then people ban this, ban that. MMA was banned because there's a better alternative, EMA. I always talk about MMA and EMA as a reference because a lot of people just look at MMA as like, bad, banned, illegal, can't buy it. But you have to understand that before EMA came along, all we have is MMA, and MMA is not just used for nails alone. It's used for other industries also. So, the state board in the United States said, hey, we have a better alternative, EMA, so don't use MMA. That's why it's now banned or prohibited use in the United States for licensed nail tech. But with that being said, it's still being sold. So with this ban on gel polish, it's kind of pretty big for a lot of European nail techs. What are they going to do? How are they going to find the products? Also for the suppliers and brands and manufacturers, now they have to find a different way to produce the product. And how is this ban going to affect the industry as a whole? Are they going to take everything off the racks? This is actually a pretty serious ban compared to all the articles about the UV light causing skin cancer. But we'll have to see more and more as it develops and see the details of what the ban really entails. But I'm really interested to see what's happened the next 6 months to a year with this ban on gel in the EU. Let me know what you think in the comments about the gel polish ban in the EU.